Hi, so today I'm going to tell you the 10 expenses that you must be aware of before you put your property on the market. Hi, my name is Valne Ellis from letscallmyagent.com, where your support and referrals help feed the hungry in our community. Of course, if you watch this particular video to the very end, I'm going to have a free download for you, and it's going to be a special bonus gift. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into my computer and let's get started. All right, so the most important thing before you actually put your property on the market is to figure out what your expenses are going to be and to figure out whether or not it makes sense for you at this particular time to sell your property or wait for some future time. The reason why I'm actually producing this particular video for you right now is because I know that if you call a listing agent and you try to get information from them, they're going to want to force you into selling because a lot of them are actually driven by the need to earn a quick commission. So even if it is not in your interest to sell the property, they might try to push you into selling, and you do not want to rush into anything. You want to do everything slowly, you want to do everything methodically, and you want to do your assignment, your homework, your research before you make a decision. And this video will actually help you to make that determination. Okay? All right, so the first expense that you have to be aware of is your mortgage balance. And you can actually get your mortgage balance by simply logging into your financial institution's account. And you can actually download what your mortgage balance is at the current time. If your institution does not allow you to download this information, then you can actually call the institution, make a note as to who you're speaking to, and get this information from them in writing. It's critical that you get the information from them in writing. Of course, beware of the time that your property is going to be spending on the market, because you have to account for that time as well, and it has to be considered in the calculation. All right, your mortgage penalty, this is something that you cannot guess. It's important that you get an accurate number from your financial institution as well. The mortgage penalty could be as little as $2,000 or $3,000, but it could be as much as $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000. You have no idea how much your mortgage penalty is going to be unless you contact the financial institution directly and get this number in writing. You may have gotten a cashback at the time you got the mortgage, and you may not have been told at the time that you're going to have to repay that cashback. Okay, so it's important that if you got a cashback at the time you got your mortgage, that you contact your financial institution to find out, A, is this cashback repayable? Do you have to repay this cashback? And B, are you required to pay an interest on the cashback that you actually got? So you have to get this information. Again, get this information in writing and note the person that you're actually speaking to. Your real estate lawyer's fee, this you should determine months before you put your property on the market. Okay? Call 3 real estate lawyers, ask them for a quote, tell them that you plan to sell, and ask them for a quote in writing. Okay? Let them put all the fees that you're expected to pay in the quotation and tell them that you want the worst case scenario. Okay? Once you get this information from all 3 lawyers, you compare them. Make sure you're comparing apples to apples. If necessary, call them back, ask questions. Understand exactly what these different fees are before determining which lawyer you're going to use, and also before determining what your real estate lawyer's fee, the total real estate lawyer's fee, is going to be. Remember, this is now in addition, you're going to have to pay HST on top of this. Okay? So it is the lawyer's fee plus HST. All right, so your property tax aware. If you owe any property taxes, make sure you contact your local municipality. Make sure you get the property tax that you owe in writing, and make sure you account for the time your property is going to be on the market. So let them know that the property may be on the market for 2 months. Tell them to give you the balance then. And then if the property is on the market for 3 months or for 4 months, tell them to give you the balance then as well. Let them run the different scenarios. Let them give you the different numbers so that you can end up with an accurate number at the end of the period. Your personal debt. Perhaps you may want to purchase a property after you sell this particular the current home, right? The purchase of that property, so let me back up. Your financial institution may demand that you clear every single personal debt before they will lend you any money towards the purchasing of the next property. So it's important that you know what your personal debt obligations are, and it's important that you account for every single one of them. Okay? The Canada Revenue Agency, if you owe any money to the Canada Revenue Agency, you must contact them. Okay? Negotiate with them. Tell them that you intend to clear the debt. Don't tell them that you intend to sell the property. Tell them that you intend to clear the debt, but you'd like to negotiate the balance that you pay. Remember now, if you don't ask, you're not going to get. And the Canada Revenue Agency will accommodate you. Perhaps they will give you a break on the interest. Perhaps they will give you a break on the amount. You will never know what's going to happen unless you contact them, unless you ask, and unless you get the information in writing. And of course, as always, get the name of the person that you spoke to. If you financed any of your major home appliances, it's critical that you contact the provider and you tell them that you intend to sell, and find out from them if there are any penalties, okay, involved. I had a woman who listed her property with me recently, and she contacted them, and she did not know that there was a $7,000 penalty, right? So the girl actually told her this information over the phone, that there was no penalty. At the end of the sale, we found out that there was a $7,000 penalty. And of course, because she didn't take the name of the girl, she didn't get the information in writing. We didn't know who to hold accountable, right? So it's important that you get this information from them, you get the information in writing, and whomever responds to you, make sure they tell you whether or not there's any penalty, and again, get the information in writing. I cannot stress that enough. Number 9, your buyer's agent commission. So when you actually put your property on the market, the reason why you put your property on the market is because you need a buyer. That buyer is going to have a realtor who is representing him or her, and that realtor must be paid a commission. Because 98% of all sellers offer 2.5% plus HST to the buyer's agent, this buyer's agent is going to be expecting 2.5% commission plus HST from you as well. Even if you're selling the property yourself and a realtor brings you a buyer, you still have to pay this 2.5% commission plus HST. Okay, so make sure you account for this. And then the last expense that you must be aware of is your listing agent commission. So you're going to have to pay an agent, a real estate salesperson, to advertise your property to buyers and to other realtors in an attempt to find you a buyer who is willing to submit an offer on your property, and that offer must be successful. The amount you pay, the commission you pay the listing agent, is dependent on the marketing plan you select. So in other words, how much money is this agent gonna spend on marketing and advertisement? Okay, so they want to know that once they've spent all this money on marketing and advertisement, you will compensate them in the commission. So the commission you agree to, it's negotiable, but it has to be dependent, it is dependent on the marketing plan that you select. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. I told you before that we're going to give you a free gift if you watch this video to the very end. And at the end of and below this video, I'm going to put a link to download the very NetSheet spreadsheet that I use to determine the balance of my clients when they're actually thinking of selling. So I'm going to give you a copy of that spreadsheet absolutely free. There's a link below this video. Simply click on the link and download the spreadsheet. Thanks again for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.